Hi there, this is me again, Khairil Anwar bin Muhammad Kamal. In this video, I would like to give you some good advice so that you will find your studies here in UNIMAS to be enjoyable and pleasurable despite all the problems that you may encounter, more so in this current situation of the coronavirus, in which things are not as normal as before. Okay, first of all, you need to take care of your health. Your health is very important. Make sure your hand hygiene and body hygiene is to the best, to be as clean as possible. Secondly, you need to make sure that you have enough sleep. I know that the typical student, the typical undergraduate students, they don't seem to like to sleep, or they stay up or they stay up until quite late at night, or even until the wee hours in the morning. And for that reason, they sacrifice their sleep. Now, it is important for you to have enough sleep. Having enough sleep will help you to optimize your health. Okay, so make sure you have enough sleep. And then, now this is very important. So you are taking courses, different courses. Every semester you may take maybe like 6 or 7 courses at the most, assuming that you will finish in 3 years. So for each of your courses, you have to be diligent. Make sure you attend the lectures, especially the first day of lecture. First day of lecture is very important because the lecturer will tell you about the whole, running of the course for the whole semester in that first lecture. So you know what to expect, you know what to do. And then, and this is very basic actually, you need to read the textbooks. If your lecturer, if your course lecturers have textbooks, make sure you have access to the textbook. Make sure you read the textbook. Now, for my course, management, next semester I'll be teaching management. Well, everybody has to take management. So probably I will be your lecturer. In my course, you need to read the whole of the textbook. Okay? The whole of the textbook. Reading is very important. So make sure that you read the textbook. And you must not be afraid to read. Okay? And related to that, still in that reading, make sure that when you read your textbook, you make textbook notes. Reading textbooks for university is not the same as reading a novel for leisure. So you have to be a little bit serious in reading your textbooks. Make sure that each chapters that you read, or down to the each section, you have notes that kind of is where you write in a notebook or piece of paper, and then you compile those pieces of paper to become a notebook, your textbook note. This textbook note is very important for your revisions, for your midterm, and for your final. But that is the reading part. The other part, and this is very important, it is very important that you, as a student, be active in the learning process. So I ask you to take note from the textbook. That is one way to be active in the learning process. You need to be aware of your learning. Now, in the lecture, nowadays, it's all online. Okay, for the first year, there's no face-to-face lecture, it's all online. You need to be active in the lecture, as I've been telling you. If possible, read the textbook or read the specific chapters that will be covered in the learning or specific learning units for that week. As you can see, those things will be covered in the first lecture. So if you attend the first lecture, you should know from the second week onwards until the end what to read or what to do. So very important that you read the materials for the lecture before the lecture, not after the lecture. If you don't have time to read the materials for that lecture, it is much better that you take the effort to skim through the materials, to browse through the pages of the chapters or sections of the chapters that are relevant for that learning unit for that particular week. It is better to come prepared than not prepared at all. And as I've been telling you, the best situation is that you take textbook notes. So when you take textbook notes, so you are active in your learning. If you do not understand certain aspects of the reading materials that you encounter for that particular week, the onus is on you to ask the lecturer during that week's lecture. Asking questions is not difficult. For example, like myself, I encourage students to ask questions. Put up your hand or have a chat, okay? Because we are using WebEx as the medium of lecture. So in that chat box or chat section in the WebEx, type your questions. In that way, you will maintain focus and you will not lose track of what has been said. And you will not waste too much time to trying to understand things that you're supposed to understand during that lecture. Another thing, and this is as important as in reading, is that you need to be critical, as you should know. If you don't know this, and now I'm telling this to you. Nowadays, lessons or subjects at the university are not just for memorization. Particularly for the course that you will be taking, my course actually, Management, EBF 1313, you are expected at the end of the semester for the final examination to be able to do some analysis with regards to the contemporary management concepts and theories or models, okay, or issues, okay. So you need to be able to build up that capability so that at the end of the semester, during the later or final stages of the semester, you will do well. Again, if you have difficulties, ask your lecturer, or in my course, ask me. Now, the last thing that I want to talk in this video is that you need to be diligent in your assignment. The typical university course have assignments, and the typical university course here in our faculty is that we have group assignments. I don't know what the other lecturers are doing, but for me, I give the opportunity for you, despite being in a group, that you can differentiate yourself from the other group members by being active in the assignment. Now this I will tell you in a more detailed manner in the first day of lecture. Okay? The point here is communication. In my classes, you are doing the assignments in a group, so you have to create your little groups, the Office 365 groups or Microsoft Teams, in which everybody has to become a member of that team. And this is where you are supposed to communicate with each other. Remember, we are in the pandemic, okay, the coronavirus pandemic. You have to reduce physical contact as much as possible. So that itself is a good thing during these difficult times, to reduce social contact. And the good thing here is that if you are active, now I can be aware of that. Further details on how I will be aware of whether you're active or not, that will be discussed in the lecture. For now, the main thing here is that in this course, you are in the driver's seat. It's you and you alone who will determine your grades. If you are honest in your learning and do the things which I have tell you just now, you will do well. If not, then so be it. That is your choice, okay? This is the university. The decision is for you. So that is all that I want to say in this video. So I hope to see some of you in my management class, EBF 1313, very soon. So all the best and stay safe.